Greetings, all. My name is Sherman Woodard. I'm the Director of Student Services here at Ben Davis High School. I've been here I think, almost 25 years. Also a Ben Davis High School graduate, class of 1990. Uh, Purdue alum. Did my undergraduate work there, finished in 94. Did my counseling license and master's degree at IUPUI, and currently in school working on finishing up my doctorate. Been married for 24 years. Have two beautiful daughters who both are, one's a senior in Indiana University and the other's a sophomore, and my wonderful wife, Julie. The person I've chosen to speak about today is W.E. Du Bois. Dr. W.E. Du Bois is definitely my favorite historical person, just because of his passion, his intellect, and his desire just to create a more humane society, but also to present in an academic way a more humane representation of black folk. Dr. Du Bois was born in 1868, I believe, 1869 in Massachusetts. He lived for 95 years and worked as far as writing and research and the entire time. In fact, he died in 1963 in Ghana, where he was working on the Africana encyclopedia. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but they came out with the encyclopedia on disc back in the day that had just a wealth of information about Black history, African history, and then the internet came and kind of destroyed that concept of history in books, if you will. But Du Bois was the first African American to receive a doctorate from Harvard University, which he attended after completing his bachelor work at Fisk University, a historically black college in Nashville, Tennessee. His research, I think his dissertation turned into The Souls of Black Folks, which is a classic book that all of us should read and know, where he talked about kind of the double consciousness, the race concerns in America back then, and the struggles to live as a black human who was also American. He fought for equality and justice his entire life. His co-founder of the NAACP, was the editor, first editor, and editor for a long time in the Crisis magazine, which was the magazine that the NAACP put out. I really appreciate Dr. Du Bois' public struggle with new information. He changed his mind on different beliefs, which I think is a sign of intellect, a sign of new knowledge should produce new ways of doing and understanding. For instance, at the beginning, during the Brown versus Board of Education, Du Bois was a staunch supporter of desegregation, integration of our schools. He attended integrated schools in Massachusetts when he was growing up, and he thought that this would be part of the solution as far as many problems that's plaguing black communities. However, he learned from information that whites would struggle with white educators would struggle with actually showing and communicating love to students of color, which he believed was a foundational component of need in education. So he kind of turned away from the integration model shortly after Brown versus Board. And NAACP, in my opinion, silenced him, moved him out of his position in crisis. But he continued to fight, and not just fight for African Americans. They wasn't using that term then, but African Americans' rights, but Africans across the diaspora. Pan-Africanism was big. He was against the Europeans who colonized many African countries, and he was helping many of the countries develop their own forms of government. In fact, the governor of Ghana, he went out there to celebrate when they took back their country, and he spent his last years of his life in Ghana. W. Du Bois is a hero of mine. his proposed solution of developing a talented tenth is something that I subscribe to wholeheartedly, 100%. I, like him, believe that if we get a group of people, he said his talented tenth was developing men. That was the sexist language used in that time. I think we're more involved to understand this development of humans, a leadership group that he believed that understood oppression and racism, developing this class of leaders would, what he said, lead the masses from destruction and death and away from the worst in their own and all kinds. He believed that should be the focus of education, which many other manumitted slaves agreed when they started opening schools for blacks as well. There's so much to learn, so much that I don't know about W. Du Bois, to be honest. I know that he was huge as far as writing about the Reconstruction period. I feel like that's an understudied part of history, but he has a book right there for us to educate us on that. He also numerous readers. One of his readers, consists of, I don't want to exaggerate, hundreds of essays though. So if you're not like the type to read in large books, you can read a 1-page, 2-page essay covering everything from politics to poverty to leadership. He was just a well-read, well-studied, and goal-oriented as far as creating a more humane society. So I presented today on Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. I'm positioning him as a father of Black history. Even though I know Carter G. Woodson was the founding father, but as far as the researching and putting out, he's definitely one of the co-fathers or forefathers of ours. So thank you, and enjoy Black History Month. And as we all know, that Black history is American history and part of, and so we should be celebrating this 24/7, 365. Thank you.